consistent faces, seeing people at Success Summit. Who was at Success Summit? All right, great to have you guys there. Who was in San Diego Kickoff last weekend? Awesome, same individuals. And here we are in Florida once again. For those of you that I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Charlie Patterson, and I've been with the company for 12 years. My 12-year anniversary is actually this coming Monday, February 1st. And I have to tell you that I have never been more excited about where I've been with Nu Skin or any other point in my life than where I am right now today. And what this session is going to outline is really how we're going to capitalize on the greatest story that has not only been told by Nu Skin, that has ever been told in our industry, and how you can position and take advantage of the growth window that is before us over the next 9.5 months of capitalizing on ageLOC Youth and ageLOC Me. So I hope you have a pen and paper in your hands to be able to take notes, because there will be word tracks that you will hear today that you will absolutely want to use when you leave here, that you can apply to taking action and building your business to capitalize on 2016 right here with Nu Skin in North America. And our speakers this afternoon, I don't believe that they get any better. And I know there are incredible leaders in the crowd, and no disrespect to anyone, yet I have learned so much from Nathan Ricks and Jeff Mack over the last 12 years that has absolutely impacted not only my own action, but the influence of others that have taken action with Nu Skin. And they are clearer than I've ever heard them before on the position that we have here today. And so you want to make sure that you're taking notes on this and apply it to your business. So without further ado, we're going to jump into Jeff Mack. And for those of you that may be new to us and don't know Jeff, he's actually been at the top level of our company called Team Elite for 19 years. He is scratching at the $20 million circle, meaning that he is just literally months away from being recognized for exceeding $20 million in commissions based on building the business that each of us are actually doing. And he has been an example on understanding clear vision and being able to articulate where it is that we are going and how we can each take advantage of it. And so I would love to see Nu Skin get on their feet, put your hands together for Team Elite Jeff Mack.
Thanks, Charlie. How you guys doing? Great. You didn't have to twist my arm too hard to come to Florida. Actually, my wife grew up in Miami, so we're kind of Florida guys anyway. And her folks live up in Ocala, so they're horse people up there, so we kind of do our thing. But it's good to be here, and I'm glad that you're all here. You're going to learn a few things this weekend at the event. As the company sponsors, they're part of this. But honestly, some of you that are new might say, why did you guys kind of have this little breakout session during lunch? I kind of like to go have my lunch. Okay, well, guys, lunch is for wimps, all right? And I'm glad you guys are here, because you're not the wimps, all right? I mean, we get it done. This is where the meat is, right here. And what you're going to see over the next, hour or so is the goods, all right? You could sit through all the stuff the next 2 days. You're not going to get there what you're going to get here. And this is where the rubber meets the road. Okay, well, my job today to do, before we bring Nate up, is just kind of give you a little bit of a mentality and a mindset. How many of you guys, you've been in the business, say, less than 6 months? Can I see your hands? Okay, we got quite a few. How many of you been in the business less than a year? Okay, all right, so we've got kind of a mixed crowd here. And what I want to do is give you a mindset as to what this business is all about, because as people come into our business, it's funny because they're trying to figure out what the lay of the land is about. It's like, boy, I really heard about this really cool product, or this somebody lost weight, or hey, the wrinkles are gone, or whatever. Okay, whatever that hot button from a product perspective is. Some people come into the business thinking that's the business. Other people come in because they're like frustrated with their life, and they're looking for maybe extra income. Then there's other people that come around because it's like they've heard you can make a lot of money here that can change your life. And so you've got all these motivations that come into it. But what I want you guys to understand, let me just ask you, how many of you guys are here because you want to change your place in life financially? Can I see your hands? Okay. I think that's just about every single one of you guys. And it's funny because everywhere I speak, I ask that same question, and how many hands do you think go up?
All of them?
Almost every hand. And so regardless of what the hot button was that someone came to this, I want you guys to know you're drawn here for a reason. You're not here by chance. You are supposed to be in this room. Okay? And I don't know all you guys, but I guarantee you, when we take everything that we don't have in common, what we do have in common is that we're drawn to this message. We're drawn to what's here. And that's been my frustration throughout life. I never really fit in with the mainstream. You know, I went to college because they paid for it, because I was there on an athletic scholarship. They paid for it, so I went. If you were to say, were you going to go to school because you wanted to go? No. I didn't want to go, because all they were doing was teaching me how to work for someone else. And when I talked to people about what they were doing and what their future looked like, I'm like, wow, in my mind, I didn't ever diss it, but I was thinking in my mind, this is such a screwed up life. You know, I mean, this is what I have to look forward to? And then you think, well, I could go start a business, but I didn't have any money, right? I didn't have any of that stuff. And so I found myself in this quandary where it's like, I don't fit in. Well, I fit in. I was just, you know, barking up the wrong tree. Have you guys ever felt that way? Okay. You're a rebel, all right? You're one of those people that does something different, that thinks a little bit outside the box. And you know what? I'm here to tell you, those are the guys that change the world. It's not the ones that stand in line. Okay, and it's not the ones that follow, okay, even though you have to be a good follower here too, to be a good leader. But my point is, you got to know what you're following. You got to know what the end game is. The bottom line with this business is really simple. Regardless of the hot button you're here for, what we're here to do is to establish a business footprint. When I say we, I'm talking each and every one of you. And you might say, well, what does that mean when we talk about a footprint? Well, a footprint is your business. Okay, it's the foundation for your business. That footprint takes in you, because you're a consumer of the product, are you not? Yeah. You know, you are. It takes in your distributor base. Are they consumers too? Yep. Absolutely. In fact, they're your best consumers. My household consumes over $1,000 a month of product. I have yet to find a customer, right? Now let's define that. People think customer is somebody we sell a product to that maybe isn't involved in distribution. Okay, I have yet to have one of those guys that buys $1,000 a month consistently of product from Nu Skin. But I got a bunch of distributors that do, all right? And so what I'm trying to talk to you guys about, that footprint is you, your distributor base, your executive base, and then the customers that maybe aren't involved in the business end that are on the outside or the outer rim of that. That's your footprint. And with a footprint of leadership, you can service a lot more customers that aren't involved in the business end. Does that make sense? You know, it's interesting because as we came into this business back in '89, Nathan and I came in basically at the same time, right? And we stumbled into a business that was Nu Skin, that was real product oriented. It was real driven off of people that just really loved these products because they made a difference in the way they look and felt. And that was great. But as we rolled in, there was almost some resentment. It's like, what are you guys doing here? You know, you're wrecking our culture. You know, we just really love these products and you guys want to talk about money. You know? It was almost like we felt like we had to apologize for painting a vision or a dream. Now people say, oh, you guys got in at the right time. Do you believe that? Let me tell you what the right time is. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. There was no right time. We came into an existing situation where product had been proven, and that culture had attracted that type of mindset. It had not yet attracted the visionaries, the people that could see beyond really what they were tangibly holding on right now. Futuristic thinking. Does that make sense? People that could see a picture that wasn't right in front of them. Okay, and with that visionary mindset, okay, and I still remember Craig Tillotson that he was talking to us. This is your time. This is the time for you guys. You remember that, Nathan? Yeah. This is your time. What did he mean by that? He needed visionaries, and he knew, because he was a visionary, that would breed and bring more visionaries to the table. And that's what happened. And as you look back, you say, oh, those guys involved back in 1987, 89, they were just lucky they stumbled in at the right time. No. They created a vision that then became a self-fulfilling prophecy. The company went from $45 million to $500 million in 24 months. That's what's happening. Okay, and so you create that vision off of a message. You create that vision off of a vision or futuristic thinking. And here's the thing, when you don't have vision, what happens to people? They perish. This is historical. You can see it in the Bible, you can see it in anything. When there's no vision, people perish. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Vision is what drives this business. And so as I look back over the course of this business, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot more than I did coming into it. And what I've come to understand is it does not matter if it's creating a vision, because you hear ground floor, okay? Let me educate you a little bit. Ground floor is a myth. Ground floor is a mirage. Ground floor doesn't mean anything. That just means a company opened their door and they're trying to get you to catch some vision. Most of them don't go anywhere, right? Vision is created. Nu Skin was not a ground floor company when we came into it. They'd been around 5 or 6 years, right? So that myth goes out the window. But vision was created at that point that sent them into orbit. And other visions occurred as time went on. We went into other markets, okay? So what I've learned over the course, just to kind of condense all of this, what I've learned over the course of time, it doesn't matter if it's a new product introduction, it doesn't matter if it's a new country, it doesn't matter if it's any of those things. What matters is you have a finite date on something spectacular that's going to happen. This is going to be launched in October in the Americas. There's nothing you and I can do about that. It will be launched then, okay? A certain date, it'll be out. The time, the run-up to this launch is a real condensed period. And each day today to that run-up is so valuable, you don't want to waste a second of it. And probably the best way to describe this to you is to tell you a story, okay? Because this is no different than a new country opening. This is no different than if they announced today, hey, in 9 months we're opening India, okay? Another 1 billion people, India. If I told you today we're opening India in 9 months, what would you do? Would you say, hey, I've got to run out and find a lot of people that want to use some skincare products, or a lot of people that want to just, take vitamins? Would that be your approach?
No.
If that was your approach, that would be the wrong one. What it would be is, I need to find some visionaries that understand when you open a concept like this to an entity like India, there's going to be a lot of players come into the business, and we will be, hundreds of millions of dollars in annual volume coming out of India, if not billions at one point. So whoever organizes that and develops a footprint, now what's a footprint? It's your business, your organization, your people. As they develop that, that's the foundation that hundreds of millions or billions of dollars of annual volume goes through. Does that make sense? So if you really want to hit this out of the park, you have to have a footprint. And that means it's not about you selling a whole bunch of product. It's about you building a vision. And you're going to consume and sell some product to others that maybe don't see the vision, but you're going to have a lot of guys that come into the business and see the vision that are going to do the same thing. So, to illustrate this, and then I'm going to sit down and let Nathan give you the goods, all right? I heard about Thailand opening. Some of you guys that have been around as long as me, you remember Thailand opening. I remember hearing about it about 9 months out, just about the same time frame we're looking at the launch of me. And I don't speak Thai, I've never been to Thai, I don't know anyone Thai. But I knew that the market would be a big market. And I knew it was strategically positioned in Southeast Asia, that if I could do well there, what do you think would happen? Those leaders that know the culture would end up getting market share in other Asian markets. Not me. I'm not the causal factor. I'm just a guy that has a vision, just like you. So we started, got my little team together, and I said, okay, look, we got to get part of this market. It's going to open, it's going to be big, everyone's going to be gunslinging for it, we're going to go for it. So we start talking to anything Thai. And we weren't talking about, hey, you need to iron out some wrinkles, or hey, you need to be healthier. We're talking about, you know what? This market's going to be gigantic. There's going to be millions and millions of dollars that'll flow through it. No one's doing it yet, and you can be one of the first to organize a position. And you know what? If you do it or not, it doesn't matter, because it's going to happen anyway. And so you need to decide right now, over the next year, where you're going to get a better return on your time to position in front of Nu Skin going into Thailand, or go do what you're continuing to do right now. And if you got something better than that, then go do it. If not, come with us. And that's what we did. We started telling that story, and all of a sudden, that story went over to Thailand. And there were guys in Thailand that heard that story, and they lit up. Long story short, 600 people flew on their dime from Thailand to Provo to see the company and eyeball the thing. Okay? There was nothing magical here. It was just good hard work. Their dime coming over. Nothing crazy about it. They just came, kicked the bricks on a vacation and went back. We trained them when they were here. Okay, so what happens is Thailand opens up, sure enough, 9 months later. Some people that were here in the Americas said, hey, I'll wait till that opens up because I can't do anything before it opens. I might as well wait. Okay? Others were saying, hey, well, I got to go find some people that really love these products. You know, those are my guys. And then there were others that said, hey, I see the vision. Well, long story short, we opened the market. The first day, okay, this is just my organization. This isn't the company. We do 2 training sessions the first day of 2,500 people each. 2,500, 5,000 people got trained the day one. Grab the biggest hotel you could find in Bangkok, Thailand. All right? I've never been there yet, okay? We're there organizing this thing. These people come, we train them. By the end of the month, 5,000 turns into 30,000.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
What do you think happens when 30,000 people order product for their business?
Wow. Wow.
Magic. So there were a lot of people sitting back and saying, oh, magic, they must have had some kind of inside track, or they must have done something illegal, or, oh, you know, yeah, right. Same guys that sat there and poo-pooed the thing when we were creating the vision were the ones trying to figure out why it happened. There's no magic here, guys. It's just understanding the animal you've got your hands on. And it's no different between Thailand and this. And as I speak to you here today, there's going to be people that say, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I'm just going to kind of go do my little thing over here, and you know what? You know, youth, I'm going to talk about youth. I'm here to tell you, and you'll be understanding it if you listen close to Nathan, this will sell more youth than youth will sell youth. Do you understand? Yeah. Because when I tell you the story, and you hear Nathan tell us, this story has so much striking power, you'll attract people from all corners of the Americas. They will come just because they want a position for that. And in the meantime, they have to create volume. And so which product do you think they're going to probably gravitate to? Because it's front and center right now? Probably youth. Right now, you can't buy youth. Right now, we have the packages you can sponsor with right now. And if I was a new guy sitting in here today and heard this story, I'd sign up right now, and I'd buy the packages we have right now to get in qualification and do what I need to do. Does that make sense? And so what would happen from there is the youth package will come on in a few months. That will be a package that will probably be a top seller. The point I'm making is the packages, okay, are irrelevant to the identity of the story. We're creating here, this is a supercharged 500 horsepower engine. Okay, and that's what takes you to point A to point B. But what goes in it is the fuel. That's the product. It doesn't matter if that product comes in the form of youth, or facial spas, or skincare, or nutrition, does it? Do they pay you commissions on those just like they do anything else? Is it just special commission because it's youth volume? No, it doesn't matter what it is. Now, youth is a great product, and you're not going to find anyone that's more oriented towards nutrition than me. I take my youth regularly, and it's done tremendous things for me. My sense of well-being is off the charts, and that's a good thing. Okay, and I tell that story every chance I get, but it's a tail end of this. Because who am I looking for? I'm going to find a whole bunch of guys that need youth, but these are the guys that are going to come to me because I'm dangling the right bait in the water. You guys understand? This is your bait. Okay? It's not even about this. You guys understand? It wasn't even about Thailand. Do you think I did Thailand because I have such a love affair with Thailand? I'd never been there. Right? I had never been there. And long story short, from that emphasis in Thailand, the leaders that helped capture that market, not me, the Thai leaders that know the culture and are the leaders there, they're some of the highest paid people in all Southeast Asia because of themselves. As I sit here today before you and you mark my words, you'll look back 5 to 10 years from now and you'll say, okay, what was the big factor that caused the dramatic growth and took us to 10 billion? I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to tell you it's that story right there. All right? It's that story right there. That's going to take a little reprogramming of your mind, and it's going to take you to wrap your arms around this. Now, I've been criticized a little bit by a few leaders that say, Jeff, some people don't understand what a footprint is. If you don't understand what a footprint is, meet me outside after. I'll explain it again to you, okay? But you better get that concept in your mind if you want to really do the things you did, because you all raised your hand saying you wanted to change your life financially. You raised your hand, I did. Okay? And so if you're telling me that's what you want, if you're my guy, trust me. Okay, those of you that know me, I can get intense on you. Because if you're telling me I want this, boy, you better perform. You better do what you say. Otherwise, don't waste my time. Okay? okay? Because this is serious stuff. And if you take that and adopt that into your mindset, I guarantee you, it's a hot knife through butter. You'll go out there and tear it up, and the sky will be the limit for you. Because this thing is primed right now. But you've got to get the vision. The vision we have now is so clear to me, all right? I've been gone a while. I've come out of my fog, and I'm clear, okay? And I've watched this one kind of fumble around for a few months trying to see what's the next angle in the market that's going to set us all free. And he's more clear than I've ever seen, all right? I'm just telling you what, there's energy here. And you guys want to figure this thing out and move forward, just take action, follow the leader. Because it's going to change the course of where we're at this point. And the truth will be in the pudding as we see it all play out. But I'm telling you right now, when you hear this story in its entirety, you won't tell any other one, you know? And volumes will be just flowing big time. And you're going to be one half camper. There's no doubt about it, all right? My time is up. I'm going to sit down and turn you back over to Charlie. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeff. I know some of you are having the very first time Jeff Mack experience, and many will tell you that he's the best looking one in the room, and that's why they're here. But I know that that when Jeff speaks, it's as if he's predicting the future. And so thank you, Jeff. My experience with Age Lock Me has been an absolute game changer. I actually got hold of the device through Europe back in last November. And I don't know how many other guys are in the room that are like me that have really never used skincare in their life. Anybody that's been challenged with getting any kind of regimen or consistency using skincare? Am I the only one? And I've been with Nu Skin for 12 years, and it's still been something that really hadn't fit into my life consistently, no matter who told me to do it. It was a licensed esthetician or one of my leaders or one of the scientists. But this device has changed my habits, because for the last 2 months, I have used it consistently every single morning and every single night. Now, I love the results of the product, but it's more for me about the experience that I've had with the device, because it's a smart device. It has 2 CPUs in there that actually learn your mannerisms. They learn when you use the device. So every morning I use my product sometime around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and in the morning it starts flashing. And I walk in the bathroom, and it's like screaming at me, "Charlie, use me." And so what I do, I put my hand on the device, it dispenses the product, I put it on my face. And then at night, about 9:30 at night, it starts flashing this little Age Lock logo down here. Once again, "Charlie, use me." And I use it again. Almost 90 days that I have been consistent. And I mean, I've never been like this before, and it really helped me understand the potential of the product when we get that type of consumption, because that's what we're in the business of, right? We're an executive creation that is dictated by consumption of the products. Now, our business, we're at an event, okay? And our events is where people come to catch the fire and to catch that vision. And we come together as a community because we can do more together than we could ever do by ourselves. And I want you to look around as Jeff's talking about those individuals who are going to catch the vision, because those are the people that you're going to see at the upcoming events. And so I have a little bit of housekeeping to talk about the future and the rest of 2016 before we bring Nathan up. And we just had our January Success Summit. And this is the pinnacle of events that we have in OTG in our system around the world. These events happen all over the markets that we're running the OTG flag within Nu Skin, but we're operating under the same system we call System 7. Now, we do this event twice a year. We do it in January and July. And we have a guest speaker that we promote during these events that's a guest that's coming in from other markets. And this time, we actually have the opportunity to have one of the very top income earners in the company in history, being recognized somewhere around $80 million in commissions paid to her distributorship based on the same business that we're all here building, okay? And so I'm gonna play a video that promotes Success Summit, and I'll give you some details about the tickets, because there's a very special price here until Monday. So Success Summit, July 21st through the 23rd.
Organization Success Summit is all about celebration. Would you agree?
System, team play.
You need tickets to the next event.
They say that leaders are born at events, and I'll tell you, leaders are reborn at events.
Isn't it great to be here at Success Summit? We get to do this only twice a year, and I feel bad for people who are not here. Do you feel bad for people who aren't here?
I hope you've made the decision, and I hope you keep the commitment to yourself that you will do this no matter what.
One team, one dream, 1 billion! All right, so for those of you that may be your first time, we do a special on tickets up to a certain point, and those tickets actually go off the sale price and go to the regular price on Monday, February 1st. And so I encourage you, as was said in the video, and you'll hear many leaders say that leaders are born at events, and I can promise you that wherever you are when you enter that event, your business is going to go from here to there. And based on the number of people you attend with, your business will grow in direct proportion. And so you want to make sure that you're there because it begins with you and others will follow you. There will be a great focus at that event on Age Lock Me because we will literally be 6 months further into this pre-Age Lock Me phase than we are here today. And so you want to be there, you want to be with your team. So go to successsummit.us and that's where you'll get your tickets before the prices go up on Monday. Okay? And so without further ado, Nathan Ricks has an ability to not only take the vision that Jeff spoke about and develop business around the world, but to put it in terms with numbers that validate and justify everything that Jeff just said. And so again, your pen in hand, you're going to want to write down these numbers because they will directly impact the message you'll be able to share and the comparisons to a proven market that is already out there. Nathan was recognized for exceeding $20 million in commissions paid to him by Nu Skin in 2004. Okay, so you can do the math that he started the business in 1989, and here we are today, 12 years later after he was recognized for those earnings. He is a leader of leaders. He is recognized as one of the greatest leaders in our company around the world, has business in each of the markets of 54 countries that we have business. And I believe if this is your first experience, you'll feel as I do that you'd follow him anywhere. And so I'm asking you guys, whether it's your first time or you've been here many times, to get on your feet and put your hands together for Team Elite Nathan Ricks.
Thanks for being here. There are more seats, guys, if you want to come in. Sonia, you know, the rest of you guys, yeah. Just like raise your hand if there's a blank seat. We've got a lot of people standing, and invite somebody to join you, okay? Well, thank you for being here. I love listening to Jeff Mack. We call him the Mack Attack. You can see why. And, you know, Jeff said if you don't get it, he wants to meet you in the parking lot. He'll make sure you understand it. You can catch that. Anyway. We have a blast doing the business, you know. It's just too much fun, actually, which is why I'm still here and keep working at it. We've got great things that are happening. I love Nu Skin. I love the people of Nu Skin, and especially all the distributors, you know. And my mission is to make sure that you get what you want out of this business and you can have your life affected the way that my family's life has been affected because of this company. And we live just this unbelievable lifestyle. I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but you really wouldn't believe it unless you just hung out with us for a while, because it's pretty amazing, right? And it's because of Nu Skin that those things have been able to happen for us and has made that possible in our lives. I don't have very many talents in life, but there's one thing that I am really good at, and that is I can tell when a story is going to sell. It's like just this weird thing I have where when I hear the story, I can tell, is that going to work or not? And I've been able to do that repeatedly over the last 27 years. whether it's countries or products or technologies, I've been able to just kind of get it and tell it, and call it a talent or a gift from God or whatever it is. I can just know when things are going to work like that. So we have that kind of a situation in front of us right now with this launch of Age Like Me. We're 9 months, approximately, maybe 9.5 months from the launch of this product. When people come to me and they say, Nathan, how early should we go to work on a new country? We know a country is getting ready to open down the road. We've done this 54 times. 54 countries, okay? I mean, that's not our first rodeo, right? We've done it a bunch. And we know what's going to happen, and we know how to do it. And so we'll tell people probably about 9 months is about right. You go too far in advance, you can't keep the excitement. People burn out, and they're done, right? You don't get to the finish line. And if you're really serious, 9 months out is great. If you're not so serious, 6 months is okay. And if you just hear about it, a month before, that's fine. We're just going to be there and keep growing. So just keep growing, but you're maybe not going to capture as big a piece as you would capture before it even starts. So I just want you to think about that for a second. If you're going to be involved in an opportunity or somebody's going to approach you about something, don't you want to be involved before it even starts?
Yes.
Is it more powerful if somebody comes to you and says, this is happening, it's going to take place on this date, we're 9 months away, this is the market size, these are the patents, this is the unique part of this, this is about about going to happen. It's almost here, right? And we know what's going to happen because we've done it before. I mean, that's like inside information. People want to have an edge. They want to have an angle. They don't want to feel like they're just everybody else. And so it's a lot more powerful when you can say it hasn't even happened yet. We're just getting ready for this to happen versus, well, it's been happening for a year and you can be part of it too. It's not quite as powerful. And so that's what we're here to explain to you today is there's something that's about to happen. It's not happened yet. We're here to give you the inside track on what's going to happen today and try to paint that vision that Jeff is talking about. And your task between today and the day that we get this technology launched in this market is for you to build a footprint that Jeff Mack was talking about. That is your job. You're obviously not going to build the footprint with Age Like Me because you don't have it. That's good. That's the whole point. It hasn't happened yet, right? So you are going to build it with products we do already have today because that's what you have to create volume with, okay? But the point is build the footprint. And you'll see at the end of the presentation the footprint's going to be important, not just for this particular launch, but for every future launch that we do. Okay, so Jeff asked you why you're here. Most of you raised your hands and said you're here because you want to change your life. You want to make the kind of income stream that can change your life. That's why I did it too. I mean, I wanted cash in my bank. That was my main objective. I don't want to have to worry about money ever again in my life. That's what was my initial driving force for me to get locked onto Nu Skin and get serious about it. So I hope this weekend, and specifically right now, you're asking yourself that question, why you're here and what you want to accomplish out of it. And I'm going to show you a pathway that will make that a reality. We talked about entry points. What are entry points? Well, there's different times when different things happen. Jeff detailed for you the opening of Thailand. It was amazing, okay? I was, heavily involved in the opening of Japan, and it has paid huge. I mean, I don't know, probably 20 million from Japan alone is what I've made since we opened that market, okay? So there are these entry points when things are about to happen that give you that ability to say, that hasn't even started yet. You need to be involved today. You need to make a strategy and a plan to capture the launch of this next thing, right? This next big market. And so it happens at country openings, it happens at product launches, and it happens in entire new categories. And we've done that a couple of times in Nu Skin. We formed a new category. And we're going to do that one right now inside of a super huge market that already exists today. About a year ago, I talked to everybody about Keurig coffee machines. And I just wanted you to understand the business side. You probably have one in your house, but the business side has been remarkable. These people said, we want to take the category of coffee and reinvent it. And we're going to come up with this premium, coffee, premium blends that we'll have in these K-cups. We'll sell people the machines, they'll buy the K-cups forever. The goal is just get those machines in their kitchens. We got to own the kitchen. That was their plan, right? Get the machine in the kitchen, people will buy the K-Cups, we get paid forever. And has that worked? Okay, it has, because they've sold, as you can see in the middle of the graphic on your left, 45 million machines have been sold in people's kitchens all over the country and around the world. And how many portions of coffee have been served through those machines? 30 billion plus servings and counting, okay? And you thought McDonald's has sold a lot of hamburgers? They're gonna do it a lot faster, aren't they? Pretty amazing, because they own the kitchen. They got that machine in the kitchen, and likely people aren't going to buy another coffee brewer now that they got a Keurig, right? Well, that has been successful enough that last month a private equity firm just bought the entire company for almost $14 billion, okay? So was that a great idea that somebody turned into a great success by capturing a room in the home? Yeah, they absolutely did, okay? Let's talk about another room in your home. Everybody got a home office or a place where you do your little nook and do your work, okay? How many of you got a printer sitting in there in your house? Somebody else already captured your little office, didn't they? And do you guys go to Office Depot or Office Max? I think they're the same now. And you go in there and you spend almost as much on your ink as the printer costs. And you say to yourself, I hate this, but I have to have these cartridges, man. Hewlett-Packard, last year, 40% of their entire global corporate profit was from ink. I mean, forget all the incredible computers and scientific machines. 40% of their profit was ink. Okay, that is a huge business where they captured your office and your house, and that printing happens, and that cartridge consumption occurs, and, you know, they make a lot of money. Did anybody invite you to participate in distributing Keurig Green Mountain coffee machines or HP printers?
No.
They didn't come to you and say, hey, you could actually build a footprint with these things and we'll pay you on their consumption forever? No, none of us had that chance, but we have that chance today with ageLock Me. Let's talk about the scanner. The biophotonic scanner, on our third iteration of this device. Okay, that ought to tell you something important about maybe what will happen with this device. This is the first iteration, if you get my drift, okay? We're on the third version of this one. It just gets better and better and better. Today, Nu Skin distributors have scanned more than 22 million people globally with the biophotonic scanner. It has had more activity in the world of nutrition than any device ever. It's still today the only device that can tell you whether you have the right nutritional protection in the tissue of your body in 30 seconds, non-invasively, in the world. Nobody else can do that anywhere, okay? We own it. We got all the patents on it, 5 patents. We've distributed thousands of scanners all over the world, and now the scanner has new legs to it, because people are getting higher scan scores on ageLock Youth than they even did on LifePak Nano, okay? Youth is an amazing product, and as Jeff just said, ageLock Me, the activity driving towards me to build a footprint, will sell more Youth than Youth will sell you, because that'll be the product that people will use with a new category product. This was brand new when we brought it. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. There'd never been a device like it. It was a brand new category. People saw it. They caught the vision. No one before had ever been able to show people whether their vitamins did anything or not in their body. For the first time ever, you could prove it. That was pretty simple. People got that story and said, got it. How much volume have we done? Not only, with, these products, G3 and LifePak products and so forth, but now with Youth, right? It is going to be significant, because you're going to be running around with your scanner, scanning people, creating volume, sponsoring people, leading up to the launch of ageLock Me. All right? So we're in position. I mean, thank goodness we got this sexy, cool new scanner to make that happen, and it will just continue to pay you. I have made, 15 or 20 million in commissions because of the launch of the scanner in my downline, in my footprint. Okay? We're not screwing around here, guys. These are serious deals when these things come out. And so you want to pay attention and learn how to do it, right? So now we have this amazing device, right? We just talked about, the printers in your office. So people have captured your entryway by your door where you walk in. That's your alarm company, and you pay them every month. People have captured your living room, whether it's Cox Cable, Comcast, Time Warner, or Netflix, and you pay them every month. People have captured your office, and you pay them for the ink cartridges every month. And people have captured your kitchen, and you pay them for your coffee cups every month. Nobody yet owns the bathrooms in the world. But we will be the one who owns the bathrooms, okay? You got that? Does that look strangely familiar? Like ink cartridges? Okay? It's really simple, guys. You want to put as many of these cool little devices in people's bathrooms as you can all over the world, and it's like replacing ink cartridges every month. The consumption on this will be higher than ink for HP. It'll be more volume per person than the ink in your printer in people's houses, okay? Because people are going to do it every day. They're going to do it twice every day, all right? Now, we've had some great devices before, right? Like this. You know, we've sold a bunch of these, right? Millions of these devices all over the world. And the only challenge with this device is that it's only every 2 or 3 day usage. So people don't really create a true habit with this device. With this one, it's every day, twice a day. This is a habit-forming device, and that's a critical component to what we're doing here. All right, so 38 cartridges today, more cartridges coming as company develops more serums and more unique formulas and so forth, and it's really cool to see what's happening. How many of you know about 3D printing? Have you ever heard the term 3D printing before? Well, you just found Nu Skin's one of the first companies in the world to 3D print your skin cream. Right here, out of this device. 3D printing is projected to be a $20 billion industry in the next 10 years, okay? Today, you can actually buy printers where if you blow a button and you lose your button, you can pick the color and you can print the replacement button at your house and sew it on your clothes. Did you know that if you have your sink start dripping and your faucet's leaking, you can print a new washer and stick it in there for your sink and you can stop it from dripping, okay? You know, people can print almost anything. People have somebody over for dinner and they want to have a spring set of plates. They go online, they download the file, and they print new plates with the colors they want, and they serve dinner on them that night. Okay? So it's going to change manufacturing. It's going to change the way people get their hands on things, and almost anything can be printed. They actually have printers bigger than this room that are printing houses right now. Okay? So 3D printing is awesome, and it's because of the internet, because of computing power, we have the ability now to distribute the drawing to people's house, and if they got a big enough printer, they can print it, whatever it is, in 3D. Okay, well that's exactly what we're doing here. This is like on the cusp of a brand new story. This is a brand new industry that's about to explode, and what's interesting is when Nu Skin got all the patents on the printing device that's inside this machine, there's 12 patents pending or published today already on ageLOC Me. A bunch of those patents are surrounding that mixer and how it lays the product in place. It puts in 40 different layers of product as it mixes that and dispenses it into your hand. Okay, it prints it basically into your hand. That's what those cartridges are. It's just basically printing skincare into your hand. All right? So that's really cool stuff. And what that means, according to Joe Chang and those guys, is that it makes a very consistent layer than if you were to take these out of these containers yourself and try to mix them yourself and put them on your face. Okay, you're just not going to get the same kind of consistency of application that will be driven deeper into your skin and give you better results. And so that ability to do that micro layering, that basic 3D printing portion of this device is pretty cool stuff, right? So our friends in Korea sent me this picture just a couple days ago. They've had it now for about a month and a half in Korea, and I wish the light was off right there because you can see this person's face, but the results people are getting are dramatic. More dramatic than any product Nu Skin has ever released. And ageLOC Pearls are a pretty amazing product. That flat works, period, and everybody knows it when they use it. It's even more dramatic than that. Well, that's the only one we didn't need left on. You can actually turn the rest of them back on. Okay. Keep working on that. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little too direct sometimes. My wife tells me you're getting worse with age. That's probably because I'm feeling like I don't have as much time left, so I want stuff done now. All right, let's talk about this run to me. So we've got this thing out there that hasn't even happened yet. You know, I'm giving you the inside track so that you can participate before everybody knows about this, like nobody knows about it, okay? I promise you, there's at least 100,000 people in this country that would kill to know what you've just heard in the last 15 minutes. They would kill to know about something before it even happened. so they could position and go for it. Those are the people that we're going to recruit, and you're going to see people catch on to it. So it's the first personalized smart skin device, right? It gives us first mover advantage. It's a clean sheet design. Nu Skin sat in a room and they dreamt this concept up out of their heads. They didn't see it anyplace else. Nobody has anything like it anywhere else, right? So Nu Skin starts on this 5 years ago. Okay, they have funded today more than $35 million into this R&D project called ageLOC Me. They hired the top industrial design firm in the world. No wonder they won the design awards, right? Of course, that's why. 12 patents published or pending. So that slows them down, and I'll show you somebody we're going to slow down in just a minute, okay? You heard what Greg Darlington said on stage this morning about his friend from Estee Lauder, who showed up and was like blown away about ageLOC Me. Like nobody in this industry has anything like this. You guys are so far ahead. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like the biggest, one of the biggest cosmetic companies